Bunkering and Oil Foil Forum 2017 is a specialized conference that gathers the delegates from around the world, including UAE, to really participate in the discussion of the last trend of the oil, the storage tankers, the ship owners, the transportation, the new technology. All these subjects and all these topics are being discussed in the last 2 days, yesterday and today, to really update the delegates, update the participants, the prices of oil in 2017 and beyond, the future of the oil industry, the future of bunkering and ship handling supplies to the ships, and also the infrastructures and the strategic planning of Port of Fujairah in terms of being as the second largest bunkering hub in the world and the third largest storage area in the world as well. So this conference really provides quite full of information and new topics that's being discussed to meet the requirements and to meet the demands of the world, the bunkering world and the oil storage world. So I'm sure that the experts from the speakers and the session moderator has really provided quite full information, informative topics and subjects, and quite a deep discussion into how can Fujairah provide the necessary requirements, and how could Fujairah future will be a global center, not just for oil storage and bunkering service, but also in terms of specialized oil terminal, a center of pricing, let's say, news, as well as probably, as we heard also today, that the new regulation on the low sulfur oil will be introduced into 2020, and how could Fujairah as a center be prepared for that in terms of the shipping, in terms of the specification, in terms of many things. This forum and this conference provide a detailed information that can meet the demand, and that can meet what the participants are looking for from such a conference. I hope we success, and I hope that people and participants from 35 countries worldwide are looking for, and I'm sure they would have some knowledge, and quite a good knowledge, about what will be the future of bunkering and what will be the future of the oil storage.
Can you please tell us more about your bunkering technology?
Yes, for sure. Okay, we are now here, let's say the third time to display our bunkering solution, and it is, let's say, a certified bunkering metering solution based on Coriolis mass flow meters, which has been now implemented in mainly Singapore, and now traveling also to other ports. So we have now completed 3 more installations here in Fujairah. And yeah, of course, we like to continue to see that this new technology is more and more used in ports like Fujairah and other.
And how does this technology facilitate the maritime process, the bunkering process generally?
Well, the idea is to go away, let's say, from manual tank dipping, where you can have, let's say, errors in measurement, where you are lacking on transparency. And the idea of a mass flow meter technology for bunkering is to increase transparency and to increase also metering accuracy.
approach on ING's claims over OW bunker receivables?
I don't think there is an approach by the UAE. There is just the application of law, and then there is the decisions of the Supreme Court. And at the moment, there's not so much to say. We had one Supreme Court decision. We are waiting for two more, expecting in April and May, I think, if they're not postponed. But it looks at the moment that we will have a bit of a clash of decision and law.
And what are your legal recommendations to bunker traders in order to avoid any disputes with the ship owners?
I don't think disputes can be avoided. I think one is what was quite interesting in this panel to say, do a proper due diligence, know with whom you are trading, know what's the financial situation. That definitely helps. But again, there's a commercial pressure. Me as a ship owner, if I have the chance of having an idle ship, or I have to take a risk of a charterer who might be not A-rated, that is something the ship owner has to decide. As a trader, in the end, the trader is not really in the problematic seat here. In the end, it is the ship owner who's facing the risk.
And finally, what are your expectations for bunker industry 2017?
I think I found it interesting. We had the poll today where we asked are there many changes after the OW bunker avalanche of court cases. I think in the poll it was around 47% saying yes, there are changes, but we have not really seen this in practice. The ships need bunker. What can they do? They have to deal with the current situation. I think what has been changed is the awareness. It is the awareness. Before you were maybe just looking at the price. Now you're looking at the consequences if something is going wrong. So I don't think, are there any changes here? No. It will still go on.
As a ship owner and operator, what are the main challenges you are facing with bunker suppliers and traders?
Well, thankfully, we haven't faced any critical mistakes with the physical suppliers or the traders regarding this bunker. However, the OW case has opened our eyes to such incidents that might occur, and it might occur to actually anybody. However, I need to make sure that I am protected as a ship owner, not to have the risk of being arrested for a bunker that is maximum cost of $200,000, while the contractual and the physical supplier having an issue between them. So I would require IMAC and the government or the courts to actually take an action to prevent an arrest that might occur actually on the vessel. Because I technically think that the ship owner has nothing to do with the physical supplier if there is no direct contract with them. However, the physical supplier also has to make sure that he's getting his money. So it's all about the regulations, and I believe each case differs from the other.
What are you expecting from the UAE court to further protect your right as a ship owner?
Well, that's a problem. We still haven't found a resolution to this matter. And rules and regulations are implemented. However, there are no solutions if any problems might occur from these rules and regulations. So I would actually require the court to accept the fact that the physical supplier has no right whatsoever, if there's a trader in between, to arrest the vessel if the bunker was not paid by the trader to the physical supplier.
The Emirates Maritime Arbitration Centre was set up in 2016 by ruler's decree from His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, ruler of Dubai. It's an independent, non-profit making organisation with a board of trustees, a committee and a secretariat, which is set up very similar to other international organisations for arbitration. It is based on the UNCITRAL rules, and it's tailored to both assist and promote arbitration and of course mediation as well in the UAE and the region. The prime objective is not to compete so much with other arbitration centres, but to develop regional maritime arbitration by getting people to use arbitration who don't currently use it. So that's the prime objective, rather than to compete with those maritime and other arbitration centres which already exist in the UAE and elsewhere. In terms of how it can help the bunkering industry, we have a strong mechanism. We have an expedited disputes procedure which is compulsory for claims of a certain value. So for example, your average bunker dispute, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, this would go through the small claims system, the expedited system, which should be finished in 3 months. It should be cost efficient, it should be prompt, and of course we would have specialist arbitrators. We can then use the default seat of the DIFC to ensure that it's quickly and promptly executed, both in the UAE and also in the other Gulf Cooperation Council countries. So in theory, we could get through an arbitration in 4 months, which can take 3 to 4 years to the UAE courts. So we think that we've set up a mechanism for disputes to be heard better, cheaper and faster than the other mechanisms which are currently available.